The Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, "When a person has on the skin of their body a swelling, a scab, or a bright spot, and it appears to be like the mark of a skin disease, then they shall be brought to Aaron the priest, or to one of his sons, the priests. The priest shall examine the mark on the skin. If the hair in the affected area has turned white, and the mark appears deeper than the surrounding skin, it is a skin disease, and the priest shall pronounce the person unclean. But if the bright spot is white, does not appear deeper than the skin, and the hair has not turned white, then the priest shall isolate the person for 7 days. On the 7th day the priest shall examine them again. If the mark has not changed and has not spread over the skin, the priest shall isolate them for 7 more days. On the 7th day of the second period, the priest shall examine them again. If the mark has faded and has not spread over the skin, the priest shall pronounce them clean. It is only a scab. They shall wash their clothes and be clean. But if the scab spreads widely over the skin after the person has been examined for cleansing, they shall be brought to the priest again. If the priest sees that the scab has indeed spread over the skin, he shall pronounce the person unclean. It is a skin disease. When a person has an active skin disease, they shall be brought to the priest. The priest shall examine them. If there is a white swelling on the skin that has turned the hair white, and there is raw, living flesh in the swelling, it is a chronic skin disease on the skin, and the priest shall pronounce the person unclean. He shall not isolate them, for they are already unclean. But if the disease breaks out over the entire body so that the disease covers all the skin from head to foot, wherever the priest looks, then the priest shall examine the person. If the disease has indeed covered all their skin, he shall pronounce the person with the disease clean. The whole surface has turned white. They are clean. But whenever raw flesh appears on them, they shall be unclean. When the priest sees the raw flesh, he shall pronounce the person unclean. The raw flesh is unclean. It is a skin disease. However, if the raw flesh turns white again, the person shall come to the priest. The priest shall examine them. If the disease has turned white, the priest shall pronounce the person clean. They are clean. If a person has had a boil on the skin and it has healed, but in the place of the boil there now appears a white swelling or a bright spot, white, possibly tinged with red, the person shall be brought to the priest. If the priest sees that the spot appears lower than the surrounding skin and the hair in it has turned white, the priest shall pronounce the person unclean. It is a skin disease that has broken out from the boil. But if the priest examines it and finds no white hair and the spot is not lower than the skin, only somewhat dark, he shall isolate the person for 7 days.